Fierce reaction from Democrats today to a new Washington Post report that allies of the president want him to declare a national emergency as a way to expand his power over voting. The Post says the 17-page draft executive order would have Trump claim China interfered in the 2020 election and use that as the basis to ban mail-in ballots and voting machines as the vector of foreign interference. Virginia Senator Mark Warner wrote, "Let's be clear, there's no national emergency. This is a plot to interfere with the will of the voters." Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, "No politician should be able to illegally abuse their power to try and interfere with our elections." Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal warning, "We must take action to stop these attacks." California Congressman Ted Lieu, who serves on the House Judiciary Committee, joins me now. Good to see you again, Congressman. Your reaction to that report?
Thank you, Chris, for your question. There was a new report today on inflation that shows inflation is surging, with core PPI increasing by 0.8%, far above expectations. So Trump understands that the Republicans are going to get crushed in the midterms because of how horrible the economy is doing. And the only way they can win is by cheating. Now, thank goodness, Article 1, Section 4 of the Constitution gives states the right to conduct elections unless Congress passes a law. Not only is there no national emergency, there is no national emergency exception to that provision in the Constitution. So what Trump is trying to do is flat out illegal, and the courts will slap him down just like the way they slapped him down with a terrorist decision.
Okay, you say they will slap him down like they did with illegal tariffs, but a national emergency on elections has never been tested in court. So, Congressman, are you really that confident?
Donald Trump is going to try to do everything to lie, cheat, and steal and to rig the elections. Now, for the House, it does turn out that in many of the states that we need to win, we have a Democratic governor, a Democratic Secretary of State, and a Democratic Attorney General. And we're all going to be fighting back against any attempt by Donald Trump to rig the system. But it's really hard to do so because we don't have one national election. We've got 50 states running these elections with local election officials in different counties, and it's messy, but it's really hard to systematically hack.
The administration calls it the Save America Act, which would mandate strict voter ID requirements. That's already passed the House, and the majority leader, John Thune, says he will call it for a Senate vote next week. So what does that leave Democrats in terms of options on that?
I'm not opposed to having photo ID for elections. I'm opposed to having stupid requirements for photo ID. So under the Extreme Save Act, basically your driver's license doesn't count. You have to prove U.S. citizenship. You know how hard that is for a number of Americans? If you don't have a passport, pretty hard to prove that unless you can somehow find your birth certificate. And there's also been studies, by the way, that more Republicans will have trouble proving these ID requirements than Democrats. So this is just an all-around bad voter suppression bill, bad for all Americans, and I urge the Senate to reject it.
Right now in Chappaqua, former President Bill Clinton, as you know, is testifying under oath. You said Republicans will regret setting this precedent, exactly what we heard from Democratic members before they went in for that deposition this morning. But do you have any reason to believe that Donald Trump would ever testify at Epstein, even if Democrats take control of the House in the fall?
I do. Trump is all over the Epstein files. There are multiple allegations that Trump committed not only crimes, but serious crimes. And when we flip the House, we're going to subpoena Donald Trump. And I do believe that we're also going to get a trifecta in less than 3 years. And the Department of Justice is going to be under a Democratic administration, and they can force subpoenas. So Donald Trump is not going to be able to escape the Epstein files. He'll be forced to testify about it at some point in the future.
Meantime, you've accused Attorney General Pam Bondi of perjuring herself when asked about evidence tied to President Trump in the Epstein files, and you've called on the DOJ to appoint a special counsel to investigate. Is there any chance that happens?
I think there is a chance. Pam Bondi flat out lied under oath when she said there's no evidence in the Epstein files that shows Donald Trump committed a crime. There's multiple allegations that Trump committed serious crimes, including crimes against underage women. And there's also new reporting showing that Pam Bondi has now withheld evidence that contain interviews where there underage girl alleges that Trump engaged in sexual relations with her. And so she just flat out lied under oath. Obviously, she's not going to prosecute herself for that crime. So Dan Goldman and I were former prosecutors, asked Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche to appoint a special counsel to investigate Pam Bondi for the crime of perjury and making a false statement under oath.
Congressman Ted Lieu, it's good to have you back on the program. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.